Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna jump into one of the most ridiculous planes that Kaizen has added to War Under this war. Welcome to the F15E Strike Eagle, guys. This thing has been a bit of a roller coaster. When it first dropped, this jet was way too powerful. Like, I'm talking embarrassingly fast. I'll be real, I can't believe that Kaizen let it into the live server like that. But thankfully they have nerfed top speed, the acceleration. So now it feels a bit more balanced. It feels like an F15E is supposed to feel. It's no longer an F22 type of plane. But even with that change, this thing is still an absolute monster in the current meta. So let me talk about why this jet is still so deadly despite a few tweaks that Kaizen did. Okay, so first of all, the plane, this F15E Strike Eagle, is amazing at acceleration, and that means it's built for long range engagements. And you got precision weapons as well, but the main part of this plane, I think most people will be playing it for, is air superiority. You've got that familiar F15C radar. You also got ground modes in the radar, which, I'll be real, they're quite useless. But as I said earlier, when this thing first hit, its acceleration at top speed was insane. I am talking Mach 2 like it was nothing. It was basically a car race with wings. It left every other plane in the dust and it did not care. But even with the nerf now, it's a bit more grounded, especially at those insane top speeds above Mach 2. Still, it's faster than the 15C, so you're not losing much here. Even after the nerf, the F15A is still a top tier choice for any 16v16 meta, any 16v16 match. What makes the Strike Eagle shine right now in ARB is its BVR capability. You've got that trusty radar and the AIM-120s, which are arguably the best Fox 3 missiles in the game right now. It depends if you want to argue that the PL-12s are better or not, but personally I would prefer the AMRAAMs. So the thing about this plane, the caveat, the downside, is that you're not gonna be the best at dogfighting. Its turning ability is quite mid because it's a bit on the heavier side. I think it's around 1 ton heavier than F15C. It might be heavier than that actually, so don't quote me on that. Anyways, so if you end up in a tight dogfight with something like an F16C, F16A, you are gonna struggle quite a bit. That being said, if you know how to play the altitude game and make full use of your radar, this jet will dominate the long range fights in the meta. I do not recommend dogfighting, so stick to your strengths, which are acceleration, like what I'm doing right here. You can see the acceleration. I'm at high speeds and high altitude and lobbing off AMRAAMs. This will get me a bunch of kills. So let me break down the pros and cons. First off, this thing is still ridiculously fast compared to other planes in its BR. Even though Kaizen did adjust top speed, it is still much faster than an F15C. You're still going to win any speed race in the game, it doesn't matter. And you've got those AMRAAMs, they are absolutely dreamy. The radar game changer, as you all know, the F15C's radar is amazing. Fun fact, this is no longer the best radar in the game. The SU-34, the bus that it is, actually has the best radar in the game. It is the first plane in the game to have a PESA radar, which means that it is way harder to, I think you can't even notch it properly. You probably can, but it's very hard. And you've got that amazing scanning ability, which is super fast. But anyways, as I mentioned, this is not a dogfighter. The F15E's turning radius compared to like an F16C, F15A is quite a bit of a joke, so you can't rely on that agility to get you out of tight spaces. It's heavy, and if you're not careful, nimble jets like the F16A, F15A, F16C, and the J10 will be quite advantageous in a head-to-head dogfight. The key here to playing the F15E is knowing how to engage, when to engage, and when to run. Okay, you have to hit hard from long ranges and get the hell out before things get too close. Well, at the end of the day, even with the huge nerf that Kaizen did above Mach 2, the F15E is still an absolute powerhouse. It is not a dogfighter by any means, so you anyone freaks out there, I would not recommend this plane over something like a J10 F15C or F15A. You do get better engines, they somewhat make up for the lackluster dogfighting ability, which means that you might have a better sustained turn rate than an F15C, even though you lose one circle. You might have a better rate fight capability with this thing, but I would still not recommend it for 1v1s, okay? Anyways, let's get into the gameplay now. I'm gonna quit my yapping. Let's get into the gameplay. Mirage in front of me, Fox 3 on him, and come on. Okay, yep, we got it. Scheisse. Okay. Talking about this map, I actually despise this map. I don't like this map. This map has no place in top tier. Spain is an absolutely terrible map and it should not exist in 13.7. I'm not talking about the long range map, okay? I'm talking about Spain, the small one. I think it's called alternate history or something. It's not a good map for top tier dogfighting, top tier fighting, sorry. And I would not recommend it. So for your premium account users, try to ban this plane. Anyways, quick ace. We got a quick ace here. Unfortunately, I couldn't get. Yep. Come on, pull in. Pull in. Come on, pull in. Never mind. Quick ace right there. Now I'm gonna show you. Okay, listen. Don't blame me. I couldn't get this plane in ground RB because of abysmal American teams. I spawn in and the entire enemy team flanks us. Guys, it is not my fault. I tried, but I couldn't. So here's a quick showcase of the new GPU 39s. For your air to ground loadout, what I would recommend is 6 AGM-65Ds and 4, I think you can carry 4 Paveway 24s, which are really good against targets that you might find in ground, like the T90M. They can penetrate very well, and they can go after moving targets. I don't know why I'm explaining this. I'm sure you guys are quite familiar with them. But even with all those weapon loadouts, you can still carry 4 air-to-air missiles like I'm doing here. You can carry 2 AMRAMs and 2 9Ms. It is up to you. I would recommend carrying 3 AMRAMs and 1 9M because the 9M has a smokeless motor, which allows it to basically not be seen in ground RP. It doesn't have that marker. Anyways, you can see, you can I can't help but laugh at this. Look at how nice those explosions were. So if you're doing something like the Thunder Rager, this plane will be really good for that because you can get like upwards of 30 ground targets and it doesn't matter. Anyways, we got a nice cockpit scene here. It has HIMX as well, which I forgot to say. I have to say something. This plane's cockpit is absolutely breathtaking. I think it is the most beautiful cockpit that I've ever seen in a War Thunder aircraft. Even in real life, it is absolutely amazing. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching the video and I hope you liked it.